Բարեձեզ, այսօր տաղավարում հյուրընկալել եմ Santé Arménie ասոցիացիայի համահիմնադիր Nadia Gortzounianին. Ms. Gortzounian, thank you for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for having me.
Ms. Gortzounian, I know that you are coming to Armenia several times in a year. What's the purpose of this visit?
Well, I come with pleasure in Armenia several times in a year to make my part of the work for Santé Arménie Association that you just mentioned. This association was created by several French Armenian doctors in 2020 during the war. Many people in the diaspora, raised up and come to help. But we wanted also to contribute from the French Armenian diaspora. And we created this association. So as a treasurer of the association, I come several times in Armenia to see people, to check the operation and to raise funds.
And what's the current mission of the association and how post-war humanitarian crisis also affected the activities of the association?
So again, the association was created during the war for a humanitarian purpose, of course, but it translated into a full-time association that wants to collaborate with Armenia to contribute to the development of the Armenia health globally. We have three kinds of work. We have created in Yerevan an academic research center, which is brand new. We are working on a lot for training, transfer of expertise from France and Europe to Armenia, and this we operate this through a platform, which is an internet platform, where the European doctors plug their courses. And those courses are available for free for doctors in Armenia and students too. This is the second objective. The third objective, obviously, is in the field. So we concentrate our activity in Sunik. We have three primary care mobile teams in Sisian, Goriz, and Kapan. They are going to small villages, border villages that don't have necessarily access to a doctor. We have two rehabilitation centers in Goriz, one for adults and very recently opened one for children. And we have a lot of activity in psychology and psychotrauma. We make also training for first aid for the population and the doctors in Sunik. All this in Sunik. So today, Santé Arménie, which is a French association, has in Armenia nearly 35 employees who are Armenian people, whether they are doctors, kinesiologists, logopedes, psychologists from Armenia, that we have been hiring, and we are ongoing training with them, and they work for Santé Arménie in Sunik.
Besides these local professionals and doctors, how French doctors also and professionals contribute their expertise into Armenia? Yeah,
so this is very important in our activity because it's the French doctors that specialty by specialty have identified the Armenian, because they come also in mission, not many times in the year, but they come in mission. They know the field. They identified our future collaborators in Armenia, but they keep in touch with the Armenian employees nearly every day or every week. So they train them by remote, by phone or by Zoom. Nearly every week they talk together, and so the Armenian employees work here, but they have ongoing training with the French doctors. Obviously, the French doctors, they come also for missions once or twice or three times a year to see their partners and to be in the field.
And how do you see the importance of exchanging knowledge between Armenians and French professionals, and how do you think that it will affect and impact the development of the health sector of Armenia?
Well, we are quite convinced that the French medical level overall is a good one. So we are just eager to share what we know from France and to share with Armenia, to enrich each other. And I'm sure that enriching each other, we can grow together. So again, the medical school in France is quite well known. So this is what we want to transfer here to help the Armenian doctors. So we are very happy we believe very much into this transfer of expertise, and per se, while working here, we also learn from the Armenian partners. It's really a win-win situation.
You have mentioned main objectives of the mission, and also that you are focused mainly in Syunik region,
yes.
Syunik province. Now, what are the needs right now that you noticed during the mission activities, and also what feedback also do you receive from hospitals, from patients?
Well, I think, when we started in 2020, it was going in the field because we came here to help, again, like many others, but we came to help, and we have been deciding to do what we do now based on what we saw and what we feel was a need. So the primary care, for example, a mobile team that go in the villages, it was a must. By the way, I have not mentioned that all the operation that we do, we present it and we discuss it with the Ministry of Health, so they are aware, and I hope supportive. So again, there was a need for basic medical prevention and diagnosis for some villages. Again, rehabilitation is also a big pole. And again, we rely on the expertise of our main contributors, our main partners in France. All the French, again, and European doctors are volunteer. Each of them has a specialty, and based on their specialty, we see what is the need here, and we implement the project. So I want to thank the French benevolent doctors who are working from France and also from here to try to help the local population. In terms of feedback, I would say we are quite proud that we work in very close relation with the population and also with the Mars Bedaran. Again, they are very well informed of what we do. We see them very regularly, and hopefully, I hope what we do is useful. We are ready to hear any kind of feedback. But again, we have close relationship with the local partners, the hospitals in Kapan, Goriz, and Sisian. Again, the Mars Bedaran and everyone. So we are happy to hear any kind of feedback. Hopefully, we bring something useful to the population.
And I'm sure you visit to the province, to Syunik,
yes.
to follow some results. And I was wondering, what are your impressions about these results of the work of the mission? And do you also meet people, patients, or representatives yes. of the hospitals?
Yes, I am lucky to come several times, so I always go and visit our teams. I see also, yes, the population, the patient. And again, we have very strong, we rely a lot on our local partners, the doctors that work for us, the psychologists that work for us, and we try to see with them, again, how we should eventually change something, how is the feedback of the population. And again, when I see the number of patients that visit our rehabilitation center, the number of patients that we take care through psychologists and so on, I guess it's useful.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any numbers after 5 years? How many patients?
Yeah,
how many doctors?
Well, it's a good question and a difficult question. We are currently making some analysis because we need to give feedback also to the French donors that support our activity. Really, we see a lot. For example, in the rehabilitation center for adults, the children one is just open 3 weeks ago, but the adult rehabilitation center is open since 2021. We have 2 kinesiologists, one logoped and one psychologist. They see more than 10 patients every day, for example. So this is big. There is a need, you see. Again, in the villages, we go on the villages that don't see doctors. So we go, and it's small villages on the border, sometimes 300 population, more or less. But we come there, we offer those free visits, and we just accept the population when they come. The local nurses in the villages help us to spread the information to the population, and we are happy to see whoever comes for a consultation.
Mm-hmm. And have you had any challenges after establishing this mission, after starting all implementation of activities?
Obviously, we have many challenges. First of all, from, I would say, the French-European side, we are all more or less working already. We lack time. The association is still struggling for having funds, of course, because it was just created recently. So we are raising funds a lot in France. Hopefully we could raise funds in Armenia too. We need to be known, and thank you again for the invitation, so that the Armenian population knows what we do for our people. What else?
And do you see any signs also from French Armenian community to be included in this mission, or to help maybe for fundraising or any other works?
Yeah, I mean the motivation of the French diaspora and European diaspora, because we have some friends in Swiss, in Belgium, and even in Canada, because all those are more or less French speaking. The motivation is very high, I must say, and it still stands very strong, let's say 4 or 5 years after the war. So the recruitment of, I would say, the volunteers in Europe was not difficult. The people were really willing to contribute. And again, what we do is that we rely on each individual specialty, so that he can operate and help in his specialty, so that we secure that we have a high impact on the activity.
Mm-hmm. And after all of this, what are your current aspirations for future French-Armenia collaboration, for the future of this mission?
So I really hope that we will be able to continue this, because again, we personally, individually have very good feedback. We have been created very strong partnership and friendship also here between the French and European doctors and many people here. Not only institutional, I mentioned the ministry, of course the YSMU, I mean the university and everything, but with the people, with the local people who work for us. So we feel we are part of the family. We are willing to continue and hopefully to be able again to reinforce the exchanges. Again, it's in both sides. We learn also a lot from the Armenian partners. So I really hope that we will be able to continue this and to continue this collaboration for many years.
In your speech, you have mentioned academic objective also. Do you think that there are any chances to link Armenian universities to French universities and to have any collaboration in this field?
Yeah, of course, yes. I mean, we have to work in this way. Again, for example, obviously, two of my co-founders and some other participants of European side are professors in their university, so they have a very high level of knowledge and they are very well connected. Yes, we are really willing. We have started one or two. We have a good partnership with Créteil University, which is close to Paris, in psychology, for example, and psychiatry. Of course, we are willing to make as many as possible at any level, making partnership between France, Europe, and Armenia. This is really, I think, important for both sides.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Gortzounian, I'm sure behind all of these contributions that you have personally, there is a special connection with Armenia from your side. I was wondering, what's the connection personally? What connection do you have with Armenia, and how it affected, how it impacted your current initiatives?
Yeah. Well, I guess, we all have a personal history, a family history. And yes, of course, it impacts. I think it's the education that my parents gave me that makes that I feel home here. I feel that I have brothers and sisters here, and when they need some help, it's obvious for me that I have to do something. Even though my life was, I was born and raised in France, I feel Armenian 100%. And yeah, I think it's the education. But by the way, my father was born in Yerevan from a Vanetsi family that came from Van to Yerevan after the war. And my mother, it's different. She was an Armenian from Egypt, initially from Giligia. So it's just, I think it's just in my DNA.
And your history, your story, your personal story seems very diverse.
Yes.
How do you see the importance of this kind of contribution to Armenia in other sectors like education, health, culture maybe, and what will be your advice for other diasporans that they can come here, they can have any other contribution in these fields to develop these fields?
Well, globally, the question should be asked to the native Armenian here, because they are the ones who have to say whether it's useful or not. I hope it is, but we have to ask them. Again, from what I know, on the other way, you know, in diaspora, many diaspora, not only the American, not only the French, but many people in diaspora in very different countries who, whatever level, want to contribute and to partner with Armenia and to bring their expertise and knowledge. I believe in sharing, again, everything. And it's a partnership again, it's win-win again, and I think it's really important. We cannot grow alone by ourselves. We need to have exchanges to learn from the other. So this is really what I believe. So I hope if it's shared, you know, it can be a big success.
Thank you for the interview and wish you success for your next initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you.
Հարգելի հեռուստադիտողներ, հիշեցնեմ, որ տաղավարում հյուրընկալել էի Santé Arménie ասոցիացիայի համահիմնադիր Նադիա Գորտzounianին։ Կհանդիպենք։